Finally, his small figure opened the door of a certain building and disappeared inside. He went into a motel, but not into one of the guest rooms. The door that he went through is one that's off limits to outsiders and only for use by employees. I press down on my heart, which feels like it's going to explode. With my left hand, I open the door that Kaufman just used and head inside. Inside, ancient dust is everywhere. The room reeks of mildew. It looks to be a garage. Oil, a sprayer, tires, and such have been placed on the dirty metal shelf. Odd. Kaufman is nowhere to be found. There's only one door in the room, and it's slightly open. Where are you, you slippery fish? He must have went through there, into another room. However, I didn't go after him right away. Instead, my attention turned to the motorcycle, near the wall, and I stopped. What have we got here? Huh. The gas tank of the motorcycle differs from the rest of the motorcycle, as it is oddly clean and shiny. The motorcycle is so covered in dust that it's not even possible to distinguish what color it is. But I get the feeling that the gas tank area alone has been fiddled with by someone. Let's open this thing up. I try gently opening the gas tank. Inside the gas tank there's a black vinyl bag that's protecting a small glass bottle. What have we got here? Something. At the moment I was about to reach out to it, a familiar voice stopped me. Hey, give me that. When I turned, Kaufman was just glaring at me. His clenched fists are shaking with rage. You. What is this? That's none of your business. Instead of messing with that, how about coming up with a way to get out of here? You shouldn't be hanging around here goofing off. What do you think you're doing? You want to get yourself killed? Get out of here. Even if he hadn't just said that, I understood. I didn't know just how important this small bottle was to him. I really had no idea. But I didn't think it would help me find Cheryl. So I gave it to him. All right, man. Take it. Just take it easy. Unless you want to die, keep your mind on business. Got it? Saying that, Kaufman acts calm and leaves the garage. I think, that guy's got to be involved with the local drug racket. Man, was he pissed. And in such a rush, too. That was probably dope in the bottle. Anyway, better let him do as he pleases. There's more than just my life at stake. Then I realize that I'm wasting time and immediately leave to the hotel. Okay, time to go. I check the map and then head to the greatest part of this sightseeing area, the lakeside. My visible breath brushes by my cheeks, drifting in the air. As if to mark my trail, and then finally becoming one with the air around it. And then the area gradually began turning into a nightmarish world. I abruptly came to a stop. This time the change is not instant, like before. This town, this world, seems like it's being dumped into a demon's body. And I'm filled with a feeling that there is no going back. Something has changed, in a way that cannot be undone. There is a road before me, so I run along it. That's all I can do. Is there any hope? Is Cheryl alive? In this situation, which I cannot be sure of anything, I frequently have to fight off the urge to get sick. However, I believe that I'll find something if I continue forward on this road. I run across the pier and without thinking about it, I wrench open the door of a small boat. The boat is stopped midway along the pier and it's open. I rush inside of it. There was already a passenger inside the boat. Sybil, thank God. Oh my God, Harry! Our voices reveal that we're both relieved. How'd you get back here? I followed the sewer. Were you the one who cut the fence? Yeah, that was me. I'm glad you made it. I was worried about you. You were worried? Where'd you disappear to? Never mind. I want to know what's going on here. What's with this town? I condensed all the things that had happened to me into one somewhat unclear conclusion. I look at Sybil and begin to speak. This may sound really off the wall, but listen to me. You've got to believe me. I haven't gone crazy, and I'm not fooling around. At first, I thought I was losing my mind, but now I know I'm not. It's not me. This whole town, it's being invaded by the other world, by a world of someone's nightmarish delusions come to life. Little by little, the invasion is spreading, trying to swallow up everything in darkness. I think I'm finally beginning to understand. To understand what the lady was talking about. Harry, hold on a minute. I don't get it. Look, I don't understand it at all myself. I guess I can't explain it. Well, what's making this happen? I don't know either. But I do know Cheryl is there. There? Under whoever created this darkness. Cheryl is somewhere, and she needs my help. Once I finished explaining everything to Sybil. I don't know if you explained things so well. Sybil faintly smiled and looked at me as if she was worried. Harry, this whole thing's been a major blow to you. You need rest. I was let down. This world, its state, and the reason it became like this. I understood, and I wanted Sybil to understand as well. Even though I'm a writer, I'm cursed by a limited vocabulary. This is something that upsets me about myself. Sybil, As I was speaking, the door slowly opened, and I could see someone enter the room. It was not a monster, but a human. The demon is awakening, spreading those wings. Dahlia Gillespie. Was it not as I said? I see it all now. Yes, everything. Hungry for sacrifice, the demon will swallow up the land. I knew this day would come. And what's more, the task is almost finished. There's only 2 of them left. To seal this town to the abyss, the mark of Samuel. When it's completed, all is lost. Even in daytime, darkness will cover the sun. Dead will walk and martyrs will burn in the fires of hell. Everyone will die. Okay, so what am I supposed to do? I've got to save Cheryl. It's simple. Stop the demon. The demon taking the child's form. Stop it before your daughter becomes a sacrifice. Before it's too late. Stop it. Stop it. What do I do? Go to the lighthouse on the lake and to the center of the amusement park. Make haste. You're the only hope. Look, Harry, I really don't get what's going on. But if there's a chance we can save your daughter, I'm in. You know what? We'll do everything we can. I'll check out the amusement park. You go to the lighthouse. Sybil. Let's see. Okay, let's go with the lighthouse. Sybil. Thanks. gripping her handgun. Sybil left the boat and disappeared into the darkness.
You will need to use it.
Use what?
The Florus. Only with that you can stop it.
Wait. The Florus. I checked the inside of my pockets. That four-sided object. However, Sybil doesn't have such an object as well. No, that is not likely. If she did, she probably would have been able to understand my story a little better. What about Sybil? I consider chasing after Sybil. However, my true goal is rescuing my daughter. And Sybil, with the same goal, is risking her life as she heads to the amusement park. I think I should believe in Sybil. No, maybe it's merely my selfishness telling me that. However, my destination is the lighthouse. That's not far from here. To run there is my mission and my fate. I entered the lighthouse and then ascended a spiral staircase to arrive at the roof. And then I could not believe my eyes. A giant crest is present on the floor I'm standing on, the roof of the lighthouse. The mark of Samael. That's what Dahlia called it. She said I must not let it be completed, that this town is gradually being eroded away by this crest. Alessa was standing there. In the darkness, she looked as if she had just now completed making the mark here. Alessa! Alessa! She just looked at me, without any change in her expression. For the first time, we just faced each other, each of us understanding each other to a certain degree. Just as I thought that her eyes showed a little sadness, she turned around and suddenly disappeared, as if she had jumped from this tall lighthouse. Alessa, wait! I've got a bad feeling about this. Let's head back to the boat. Yeah, let's head back to the boat. I don't know where that came from. In order to return to the boat, just before I retraced my steps to the lighthouse, the small boat stopped midway along the pier. Perhaps Sybil has returned, and with that expectation in mind, I opened the door, leading to the inside of the boat. But Sybil's not here. Maybe she's still on her way to the amusement park. Or maybe she's already arrived there. Or maybe something's happened to her. Within a current of guessing that raced by like a revolving lantern, I ran towards the amusement park. Sybil. I arrive at the amusement park by going through the sewers. In the amusement park, which has changed to the form of the other world. This goddamn other world. Ugh. Several of the attractions are running constantly, like they're broken toys. I pass the Ferris wheel and arrive at the merry-go-round. But this is the only attraction that's not running. While it's only natural for a ride not to be in operation, it seems unnatural for this merry-go-round not to be running. I walk around it. While slipping between the horses, I look for Sybil. Quite a bit of time has passed since she came here. I suppose maybe she didn't find Cheryl and headed back to that ship. But the only way to get there is through those sewers. If she had gone back, then we should have ran across each other at some point. Huh. What's this? I slowly kneel down and try touching it. The dark green liquid is still warm. Something moved through here, and if this trail is traced, it leads back to the source of the liquid. It's got to lead right back to the source. And then, in the darkness, I see Sybil from behind. Sybil! Only the low sound of the motor of the Ferris wheel echoes from afar. She should be able to hear me. I take another look at her. Odd. I don't see the brave attitude that was present in her just before. She walks as if something has drained the life out of her. Like she's wandering about for no reason. I approach her and call out to her once more. Sybil? As I do this, Sybil staggers as she slowly turns and confirms my presence. And then, as if I'm watching her in slow motion, she raises her right arm until it's parallel with the ground. Sybil? And then, a bullet fires from the handgun she's holding. Sybil, it's me, Harry! The bullet grazes my shoulder, and with a discordant metallic sound, it hits one of the wooden horses. She's coming towards me. Her eyes no longer appear to be human. The eerie red color of her eyes does not make it look like her life force has been drained, but instead, it makes it appear as if she's been possessed by some evil being. I was too late, I think. Her heart has been devoured by someone. No, by Alessa. What is no longer Sybil, just an alter ego of Alessa that is using Sybil's body. I ready my handgun and fire at Sybil. I have no choice. If I don't fire, then I'll be killed. If I die, then I won't be able to save Cheryl. Or anything. Sybil. She should be my most dependable partner. The first person I met in this town, and a supporter, an irreplaceable friend that risked her life to help me search for Cheryl. And now I'm going to have to kill her. In the name of rescuing my daughter. However, I have no choice. I'll be killed if I do nothing. I pull the trigger. Each time I hit Sybil, I feel like I'm going to pass out. And as Sybil collapses, I become aware of my error. Sybil has become just an object. I rush over to Sybil and look at her. She's on her back with her eyes wide open. I sink to the ground. Tears distort my vision. Sybil, why? Why did this happen? At the moment I'm about to touch Sybil, her back suddenly rises and begins squirming. Ugh! A nasty, liquid-like monster bursts out of Sybil's lifeless back. It crawls on the floor and it begins to move at speeds not unthinkable for its shape. Keeping it in my sight, I pursue it. I'm really exhausted. And maybe in no condition to correctly judge things. All right, get it together, man. You got this. I believe in you. And then, just as I had predicted, she appeared. Alessa, the girl that had wrapped this town in its residence in her other world. That girl carefully formed her body from out of light and appeared right in front of me. I began to talk to that demon. I figured you'd show. Hold it right there. I don't know who you are or what you're trying to do, and I don't care. Just one thing. Let Cheryl go. That's all I ask. Before I finish speaking, Alessa raises her right hand towards the sky. And then she brings her arm down and my entire body is blown backwards. My body tumbles across the ground like a rag doll for 30 meters. And then I finally come to rest. Damn, such incredible power. A servant of God. A demon's power. A normal person like me has no chance against her. Power is gushing out of her body, and it emits a pale light. I can't even approach her. Huh? What is this? Suddenly a blinding light emits from my pocket. It's that four-sided object. The Floros. Light shoots out in a straight line from each of the points of its triangles, and it eventually rises up into the air. Just as I thought, that great light and the sound it was wrapped in meant that its power was greater than Alessa's. The power of the Floros condensed, became a beam of light, and pierced Alessa's body. Just as I was just before, Alessa was blown backwards by that power, which she could not overcome. Where's Cheryl? Give me back my daughter. I was on the verge of passing out, and thought of Cheryl. All I can do is calmly look at the unbelievable sight before me, as it unfolds before my eyes. What just happened? Is Cheryl okay? However, she does not answer me. Instead, a hoarse voice passes into my thoughts, and it becomes accompanied by the sound of footsteps.
We meet at last, Alessa.
Dahlia Gillespie. Unable to move from my prone position, I thought about whose voice that was, and then using all my strength, I stand. After confirming that it was Dahlia in front of me, I spoke in a voice that was nearly a yell. Cheryl! Where's Cheryl? Where is she? Dahlia does not hear me yelling. She does not look back, and looks at Alessa with a creepy smile.
Alessa, this is the end of your little game.
Mama? I'm confused. Could she be...
You've been a ghastly little pest, haven't you, Alessa? I was careless, thinking you couldn't escape from our spell. But Mommy didn't know how much you'd grown. That's why I couldn't catch you all by myself. But what a pity, yes? Now you're half indebted to this man for his help.
Hey, what are you talking about? My voice just echoes in the darkness. Empty.
Alessa, my dear girl, there's one thing left I need you to do for me.
No, get away from me.
Bad girl. Everything is ready. Let's go home now.
Wait, what about Cheryl? Just where is she? Give me back my daughter. My daughter. Cheryl. Lisa? What happened? Where's Alessa and Dahlia? Harry, listen. Something you said before has been bothering me. I just can't get it out of my head. What is it, Lisa? So I went to look in the basement. Even though I was scared as hell, like you said, there was these creepy rooms. But nothing really unusual down there. But while I was down there, I got this weird feeling, like I'd been there before. Like something had happened there, but I can't quite remember somehow. What was it? Harry, help me. I'm so scared. I can't take this. It's only a temporary thing. You're in shock from when you were knocked out. Don't fret about it. You'll remember after a while. No, you don't understand. Wait, where do you think you're going? Harry? Lisa, what's the matter with you? I get it now, why I'm still alive, even though everyone else is dead. I'm not the only one who's still walking around. I'm the same as them. I just hadn't noticed it before. Lisa? Stay by me, Harry. Please. I'm so scared. Help me. Save me from them. Please. Harry? Lisa, don't worry, I'll do what I can. A quiet smile appeared on Lisa's face. I softly hold her delicate body. I'm happy. Lisa's body quivered. However, maybe that's just because she's relieved. She looks at me, with empty eyes, eyes that had lost their life. Then her lips began to tremble, and a look of astonishment appears on her face. Huh? Lisa's condition becomes abnormal. She extends her hand towards me. Help me. She doesn't actually say it, but I know what she's saying with the movement of her lips. While she stares into the air, Lisa's body appears to drift and wiggle as she edges towards me, one step at a time. She falls to her knees. She falls on her hands. With me fixed in her sight, Lisa is falling headlong down the staircase, to death. And then Lisa stopped moving. With Lisa no more than a doll in front of me, I once again notice that I'm inside the hospital, a place which is wrapped in an evil atmosphere that I've never seen the likes of.
Well, that was a crazy bit. A lot happened in there.
Very dramatic as usual. Sorry to end on a bit of a downer there, but thank you for tuning in, and until next time.